Goodsell. I was not going to do any more videos since tomorrow I will no longer be able to upload because my internet system will not allow it. They'll change my service because of the damage that ultimately goes back to what the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints did to me. I exposed the church as being involved in World War III, having paid for it and ordered it. And for that, I have to die. It goes all the way back to the church recognizing that I was a threat when I came to them saying Joseph Smith is a translator. How was I to know that the church that I was born and raised in and taught that Joseph Smith was a translator was not supposed to be taken literally, but the church history is supposed to be taken literally. Nonetheless, as I went over with you, the church left me clues that they were upset and were going to ultimately destroy me once and for all, because I kept getting away with it all these years. They wanted to shut me down before the war began. I did a vlog just now that inspired me to do this. And so, unable to assassinate me, they then took away my money. As I went over that with you guys, and I had commenters saying, no, I know. This is proof. See, everything in retrospect is revealed. Right the whole time. But they were hoping to evict me after taking away my money. That failed. And so then they went to lying. They got a vulnerable adult to lie. And that vulnerable adult succeeded in murdering me. I'm not moving. If you saw John Oliver's show last night, the one guy was talking about how he can't move. I can't move. I get kicked to the curb. I lose everything I have. I have to leave it behind. All essential living has to be left behind. I'm being kicked to the curb. That's assassination. So I get back from my run this morning after doing the video yesterday. And some food was left on the front counter. There are only 2 people in this building that would have done that, knowing that I go out running every morning. One of them is the false accuser. If it is the false accuser, it means that they are feeling a little bit of guilt for what they did to me. But giving me a little bit of food is insufficient to restore the damage of a life. And so this is the doctrine of restitution in the church, that's supposed to be in the church. See, the church are the ones overseeing the whole operation. They are the crime bosses. The damage that they've done to me can never be restored. It's not about replacing my property and leaving me alone to live in peace with religious freedom. They destroyed my family. That cannot be replaced. That cannot be repaired. And so with this person, in order to restore the damage, because Old Testament was eye for an eye, plus sevenfold, sometimes threefold, depending on what it was. It's a mistake to believe that it's just a flat out eye for eye, but that's restitution. It's not a bad thing. People need justice when somebody victimizes them. And so that concept, eye for eye, is simply somebody takes a property of yours, they give it back. Or you take one of theirs of equal value. That's all it is. It's justice. It's not a bad thing. Our society has turned victims into villains, telling victims that they cannot defend themselves, that they must turn the other cheek, which is an incorrect interpretation of that passage. Nelson used it in conference, didn't he? Yes, I went over that. So this person who falsely accused me needs to go back to those very same people and say, I lied, I was ordered to do so. I made a huge mistake, I cost somebody their life. Please repair the damage. That's the only justice that can be had here. That means getting the police forced to do their job. It means getting the government forced to do their job, as they also need to make restitution. Every single Mormon that aids and abets have to make restitution. Everybody involved have to make restitution. And that, in a nutshell, is the doctrine of restitution. But the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints don't live it, and thus preach to the congregations that they likewise don't have to adhere to it.